Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into a story that shook East Africa in November 2025. Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni made headlines when he said the Indian Ocean belongs to him and warned that denying Uganda access could lead to future wars with Kenya.
But that ocean belongs to me. I am entitled to that ocean. In future we are going to have wars.
Was this a sudden outburst? What prompted it? Is it a real problem for Africa? And what can be done? We will also look at whether this has happened elsewhere on the continent and what it means for Africa's bigger picture. Stick around. This is important for anyone who cares about peace and unity in Africa. Let's get into it. So when did this start? It wasn't completely sudden, but the strong words came on the 11th of November 2025. President Museveni was at the State Lodge in Mbale, Eastern Uganda. He was talking to local journalists about his party's plans, especially East African integration, one of the big pillars of his vision. While explaining the challenges Uganda faces as a landlocked country, he said something like, "That ocean belongs to me. I'm entitled to that ocean. In the future, we are going to have wars." He mentioned endless talks with Kenya about railways, pipelines and port access, and how Uganda feels landlocked. Why at this time? Museveni has talked about these issues for years. Uganda depends on Kenya's Mombasa port for most of its imports and exports. Any delays, higher fees, or politics at the border hurt Uganda's economy badly. He also worries about building a strong navy or defending the region if there is no sea access. It came during his campaign push for a 7th term and stronger East African community ties. He sees colonial borders as a problem. Lines drawn long ago left many countries without coasts. He wants deeper integration, maybe even a political federation, so landlocked nations aren't disadvantaged. Later, he clarified that his comments were about pushing for better collective security and fair access, not starting a fight.
But the issue of strategic security, this is where I talked about the Indian Ocean. Even if we are together in this African community, we don't plan defense together. You find Kenya had got their own defense, Uganda has, Tanzania has, and the countries near the shores, they are there, but maybe they may not have capacity or financial. So that's why I was talking of political federation, so that we maximize our potential. That's what I was talking about.
It wasn't out of nowhere, but the dramatic wording surprised many and went viral fast. Now, is this a big problem? Yes and no. On one hand, Museveni's frustration is real. Landlocked countries like Uganda pay more for trade because goods have to travel extra miles by road or rail. This makes everything expensive: fuel, food, medicine. It shows down development. The strong language about wars scared people and caused tension with Kenya. Kenyans worried because it was a threat to their sovereignty. Kenya quickly reassured Uganda that access to their ports would stay open.
It is in our interests to facilitate any landlocked country that so wishes to use the port of Mombasa or the port of Lamu.
No one wants actual conflict. East Africa has enough challenges, but the core issue is real: how the landlocked nations get fair sea access without depending too much on neighbors. Possible solutions. First, strengthen East African Community and African Union agreements so transit rights are clear, cheap and reliable, no sudden border closures or unfair fees. Second, invest in infrastructure together, better roads, railways like the standard gauge railway, and maybe share port facilities. Third, regional unity. Museveni pushes for federation, one East Africa where borders matter less, that could solve many problems long term. Fourth, diplomacy and international law. The United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea gives landlocked countries the right to transit through neighbors. Use that, plus good neighborly talks. It's not about taking Kenya's ocean, it's about cooperation so everyone benefits from trade and security. Has it happened elsewhere in Africa? This isn't new in Africa. Many countries face similar headaches. Africa has about 16 landlocked nations, the most of any continent. A big recent example is Ethiopia. After losing its coastline when Eritrea became independent in the 1990s, Ethiopia has struggled. In late 2023 to 2024, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed made strong statements about needing Red Sea access. He even signed a deal with Somaliland for port access, which upset Somalia and raised tensions. Like Museveni, he talked about how lack of sea access hurts a big country like Ethiopia. Other examples, Botswana has worked with Namibia and South Africa for better corridors to the sea. Zambia and Zimbabwe use routes through South Africa or Mozambique. Chad, Niger, and Mali in West Africa often depend on ports in Nigeria, Benin, or Ivory Coast, sometimes with delays and extra costs. These issues can cause diplomatic friction, but most are solved through talks, not war. They show how colonial borders still affect modern Africa. From a broader African view, this highlights a key challenge: unity versus sovereignty. But successful cases like improved corridors in Southern Africa prove cooperation works. Colonial powers drew borders that split resources and left many countries disadvantaged. Leaders like Museveni argue we must fix this through integration, trading freely, building together, and thinking as one big family. Documented facts from the UN and African Union show landlocked countries grow slower on average because of high transport costs. The insight: Africa's strength is in working together. Instead of fighting over the ocean, countries can share it for trade, fishing, security against pirates, and blue economic growth. Museveni's comments, even if dramatic, remind us to solve these issues peacefully before they grow bigger. Peace and smart partnerships are the way forward. What do you think? Was Museveni right to speak strongly, or for some reason he went too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments.